What is up, guys? Today we are not at the course, but we are going to be doing our first ever, I believe first ever, disc review on this channel. We got the disc from Disc Golf 978, so make sure, go ahead and check them out in the description below. You can get this disc there as well as many other discs. So it is the Discmania Evolution Method. It is supposed to be an overstable mid-range with the flight numbers of 5503. And then I'm gonna read the description straight from Disc Golf 978's website.
Ooh.
The method is an overstable mid-range that can handle pro-level power on both backhand and forehand shots. But where this disc excels beyond other mid-ranges is in the glide. Okay,
ooh,
so we're gonna test that out. You know, a gliding mid-range is always needed. Sorry, Hannah's looking over at the dog.
Charlie's
we have the dog with us today.
Distracting me.
He's just walking around. He's on a big leash. And so on. But I will put the link in the description below for you to check them out. And this is like one of our disc of the month.
Ooh,
What we're gonna be doing more often is doing reviews of these discs that we get every month, but we want you guys to pick which disc we're gonna throw.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, so you guys can go ahead and look at that website and then pick any disc that you want. Let us know, and the one that's either maybe like upvoted the most or said the most, we'll get that one next, and then we'll throw it. So each of us, we're gonna throw a few backhands, few forehands, different like angles, and then we'll give you our thoughts at the end.
It's a little windy today, but
it's always windy in Texas.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so first I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna throw it flat first. If it comes out on hyzer, then I'll just throw it again, and then I'll just use this one as my hyzer shot. But our wind right now that we're working with is, it looks like a tailwind pushing right to left. So it's gonna make the disc even more overstable, but let's go ahead and see what it flies like. Well, it definitely wasn't flat. Came out on anhyzer, but it didn't like turn all the way over, obviously, because it is overstable. It held that line a little bit, rode it, and I didn't even feel like I threw it that hard, but it went pretty far. So far that glide is definitely true. Let's go ahead and get it and throw it again. Okay, so because I normally wouldn't be throwing this backhand all the time, anything like that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one forehand. We'll talk about it a little bit. Then I'm gonna make up a hole, and I'll show you how it flies maybe at a different wind read or something like that. And then Hannah will go. Just because, it's an overstable mid, so you're gonna, if I throw this on hyzer right now, it's obviously, gonna hyzer out. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this forehand and try and put some like really good power on it.
Whoa! Oh, Charlie's gonna go get it.
Okay. Wow, I put that on hyzer. So that flipped up to flat and then hit the barn, still going. I'm gonna try and U-disc it real quick while I run and go get that, and I'll let you guys know how far that went before it hit the barn. Okay, so I U-disced that at 312 feet, plus or minus 15 feet.
Ooh.
And that's pretty good for a mid-range and not throwing it as hard as you can in a tailwind. So it does have a ton of glide. So, and also it's like not too deep. It feels comfortable in my small hand. As I don't know if you've ever watched previous videos, I have very tiny hands. Show them.
He's waiting for the disc.
He's a hound, so he's meant to hunt, and that's his stance. He's ready. All right, so now I'm gonna throw a backhand again, but I'm gonna try and throw a hyzer around that second larger tree that's there. So I'm not going for like super distance or anything like that. I don't even know if I can make it there with this. So yeah, the wind is it's another tailwind. So let's see. I definitely think that I held that a little too flat, but as you can see at the end, it did hyzer out and it was hyzering. And I feel like I did put pretty good snap on that too, and it held up to the snap. So now let's see what Hannah could do.
Uh-oh. All right, so now it's my turn. I'm gonna show you guys what this disc does with a slower arm speed than Zach's, I guess. I'm throwing into a straight headwind, so I'm gonna try and put it on a hyzer, see what I can do. Whoops.
Okay, so it wasn't on hyzer. It actually came out like on some anhyzer. But that was anhyzer in a headwind, and it still held the line. Not too bad. Obviously, it would have been a little better if it was higher in an anhyzer. But let's now see what it does in the hyzer for her. But yeah, so that's how you saw. You know, that's an anhyzer. All right, here's Hannah gonna try the hyzer again with the same exact wind. There you go.
It was a little high. But I
high,
mean,
but
even
still...
with that and it being considered an overstable disc,
yeah,
I feel like it still had glide.
Yeah, right, it did. It definitely has a lot more glide than an overstable disc would. I wouldn't really consider this overstable. I'd almost consider this straighter than overstable. I wouldn't throw this in like a super headwind or anything like that. But
I mean, even in this headwind, it kind of held up if I like really got over on it.
Right. Yeah, on a hyzer, yes. Yeah.
Before I throw this disc, I want to know your guys' tricks for warming up your hands at tournaments or cold rounds with friends. I need to know your tricks, all the tricks. Okay, so I'm gonna try throwing this again. What kind of wind are we looking at? A left to right. I was backwards. A left to right wind. I'm gonna just try and throw it flat, and yeah, we'll see what it does.
Great shot.
I mean, yeah.
That was really nice.
It goes, it glides.
That definitely has a lot of glide. Again, I wouldn't say it's super overstable at all.
No, but it held pretty flat for the wind being, I mean, as much as it is right now.
Right. I would almost say it's closer to like a buzz than it is a justice, for example.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is super overstable disc. I would say it's more straight. Again, very comfortable in the hand, right?
Yeah, I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah. All right, let's go get the disc, say our final thoughts, and we can show them maybe like a profile of what it looks like.
Sweet. Okay, so my overall thoughts, I really like the disc. It's pretty comfortable in my hand. It's got like a more shallow rim to it,
yeah.
And this part's shallow too. Lip.
Is this almost a lip?
That's the word. Yeah, it kind of does.
Show us what it looks like.
Like right here on the bottom, I feel like it kind of just like gives your hand a good place to sit.
Show us how flat it is.
Enables, I feel like that kind of enables you to get that snap on it, you know? But yeah, it's super comfortable. I like it a lot. I don't think I would trust it in a headwind or any like crazy kind of wind, but it definitely feels like a disc I could trust with a good straight shot. And
final thought? Would you put it in your bag?
Final thoughts, I think I would.
There you go. Definitely.
I'm always looking for good mid-ranges.
There you go.
Like it.
Yeah, you only have, I think, 2 in your bag. A Buzz SS and a Buzz. Okay, so now my final thoughts. If you have a smaller hand, it's definitely gonna feel nice. If you have a bigger hand, I feel like anything that feels good in a smaller hand will feel good, if that made any sense. But same exact thing what Hannah said, I wouldn't really trust this in a headwind. It's not as overstable as an overstable disc, like a Justice or anything like that. But I would, just like Hannah said, trust it for straight shots and something that's gonna hold that hyzer line. It also has a lot more glide, I feel like, than most mid-ranges, or even most overstable mid-ranges. I'd say it has more glide. Right now, I don't know if this would go in my bag right now. I feel like it's not gonna push anything out, but say if I lost a disc, this would be a disc that could go in the bag. So yeah, if you guys like this disc, this is the Discmania method. You guys can get it at discoff978 in the description below. And then let us know in the comments which disc we should choose next. All right, before I let you guys go, I just want to talk about Disc Dot real quick. Disc Dot is awesome enough to sponsor a bunch of videos in February. So let me tell you guys about them, and I'm going to give you a code at the end that you guys can use to save some money and help out the channel. So Disc Dot is, I actually have one right here in my pocket. I forgot that I put it in there.
How convenient.
Yeah, right? So
Ooh,
it is this little
one.
ball. This is actually a glow-in-the-dot one. They have those.
Glow in the dot?
Yeah, glow
That's what it's called?
in the dark. What did I say?
You said glow in the dot.
That's pretty funny though. I didn't mean to say that. So this opening clips onto a chain, and I can put a picture up right now. There it is. And you focus on it when you're putting. So they always say like focus on one chain, but sometimes it's really hard to like sit there and focus on one chain and not lose it.
Definitely.
This helps you not lose it. And then also if it glows in the dark or glow in the dot, I'm gonna start saying, if it glows in the dark, you can stay out longer, more putting after work, stuff like that. Disc Dot is actually also going to be in the players packs for the 2021 NADGT Championships and some of their qualifying events. So everyone that plays in that event, you guys are going to be getting a Disc Dot, which is really cool.
Sweet.
Disc Dot is also going to be featured at the USW DGC in 2021 in the putting areas for where the women are going to be like warming up, putting, stuff like that. There's going to be disc dots on those baskets, so you're going to be able to see all those pros, or all those pros are going to be using those disc dots before rounds when they practice. So that's going to be really cool. You know, if it's good for the pros, guys, it's good for you. So if you guys want to get it at Disc Dot, I think they also have some other products. They have like ground stakes that marks out how far you're putting, maybe even some hats or discs. So you're going to use code ZB. I'm going to put the code right there. It's simple, code ZB. Go to disc.usa.com, use code ZB for 10% off of your order. And it helps the channel because we get a cut of each sale that is made. So we can make more videos like this.
As long as you use the code.
Yeah, you have to use the code. If you don't use the code, we don't get the money, right? So
we need the money.
yeah, so well, we need, you know, the money helps obviously to make these kind of videos. So code again right there, ZB, disc.usa.com. Watch that video over there also that YouTube recommends for you, and we'll see you guys in the next video.